Chocolate or pizza? Ever feel like your cravings are out of control? It's not just you. In this eye-opening video, we delve into the fascinating world of the gut microbiome and its powerful influence on our food choices. We'll explore the secret language of gut bacteria and how they communicate with our brains, how these microscopic manipulators can trigger cravings for specific foods, the surprising link between gut health, taste preferences, and overeating, empowering ways to take control of your cravings by nurturing a healthy and balanced gut microbiome. Get ready to see your cravings in a whole new light. What if we told you those cravings aren't entirely your fault? The truth about your gut bacteria will shock you. Your brain thinks it's in charge, but your gut bacteria have a secret agenda, and it usually involves carbs. Ever crave chocolate in the afternoon or find yourself strangely drawn to salty snacks? You might be surprised to learn that your gut bacteria could be pulling the strings. Find out how to outsmart those tiny food critics. We'll explore the secret language of gut bacteria and how they communicate with our brains. How these microscopic manipulators can trigger cravings for specific foods, even unhealthy foods. The surprising link between gut health, taste preferences, and overeating. While we typically associate taste with our taste buds, the journey of flavors perception extends far beyond our tongues. Emerging research reveals a fascinating link between our gut microbiota and our taste preferences. Here's the gist: microbial influence. The composition of our gut microbiota can impact the sensitivity and abundance of taste receptors, influencing how intensely we perceive different flavors. This means your gut bacteria could be the reason you crave sweets or shy away from bitter foods. Taste receptors beyond the tongue. Surprisingly, taste receptors aren't limited to our mouths. They line our entire digestive tract, detecting nutrients and sending signals to the brain, even triggering hormone release. What's fascinating is that our gut has different parts with their own unique environments. These microbes set up camp strategically near our taste receptors in our mouth and intestines. They know prime real estate when they see it. Metabolic byproducts. The metabolic byproducts of our gut microbes, such as short-chain fatty acids, can interact with these gut-based taste receptors, further influencing our taste perceptions and potentially even our appetite. Our diet has a huge impact on the community of microbes in our gut. It's like having our own personal food critics in there. These microbes might even have a hand in what we crave and how much we eat. Sneaky little bugs, right? We often think of taste as solely residing in our taste buds. The reality is much more complex. Taste receptors, those tiny sensors that detect sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami, are not only found on our tongues but also throughout our digestive system. This intricate network allows for constant communication between our gut microbes and our brains, shaping our taste preferences and influencing our eating habits. Recent studies have revealed that they may also significantly impact our sense of taste. The connection between gut microbiota and taste perception involves several mechanisms: direct interaction with taste receptors, influence on neurotransmitter production, modulation of the gut-brain axis, production of metabolites that affect taste sensitivity, mechanisms of microbiota influence on taste, direct interaction with taste receptors. Certain bacteria in the oral cavity can physically interact with taste receptors on the tongue. This interaction may enhance or inhibit the perception of specific tastes. Influence on neurotransmitter production. Gut microbiota can affect the production of neurotransmitters that play a role in taste signaling. For example, some bacteria produce serotonin, which is involved in taste perception. This bacteria, specifically from the phyla Actinobacteria and Bacteroidetes, produce serotonin, a neurotransmitter involved in various physiological processes, including taste perception. This production of serotonin by gut bacteria has been linked to an increase in taste sensitivity, particularly to bitter tastes. The mechanism behind this is unclear, but it is thought that certain bacteria produce secondary metabolites that act as precursors of some bitter acids. Modulation of the gut-brain axis. The gut-brain axis is a bidirectional communication system between the digestive tract and the central nervous system. Gut microbiota can influence this axis, potentially affecting how taste information is processed in the brain. Production of metabolites. Microbes in the gut produce various metabolites that can enter the bloodstream and potentially affect taste receptor function or sensitivity. Impact on food preferences and eating behavior. The influence of gut microbiota on taste perception can have far-reaching effects on our food preferences and eating habits. Research has shown that individuals with certain gut microbiome compositions may have different taste sensitivities. Microbiota-induced changes in taste perception can lead to altered food choices. The relationship between gut microbiota and taste may contribute to the development of food cravings or aversions. Imagine your gut microbiota as a bustling city full of tiny residents, each with their own tastes and preferences. These microscopic citizens can influence your food choices in surprising ways, much like how the people around you might affect your decisions. Let's break this down further. Different taste sensitivities based on gut microbiome composition. Think of your taste buds as a team of food critics living in your belly. These microscopic food critics help your body recognize and process different nutrients in the food you eat. It's like having a friend who's a wine connoisseur. They can taste subtle flavors you might miss, and they help you appreciate the complexity of the wine. Your gut microbes do something similar with the food you eat, helping your body understand what nutrients are available. For example, some people with a specific type of gut bacteria might find broccoli extremely bitter, while others with different bacteria might enjoy its taste. Microbiota-induced changes leading to altered food choices. Picture your gut microbes as tiny chefs in a restaurant kitchen. They can influence the menu, your food choices, based on what ingredients they prefer to work with. If you have a lot of microbes that thrive on fiber, they might send signals to your brain saying, "We want more vegetables." This can make you crave salads or whole grains more often. On the other hand, if you have more microbes that love sugar, they might lobby for more sweets on the menu. Gut microbiota's role in food cravings or aversions. Imagine your gut as a garden and the microbes as different plants. Some plants, microbes thrive on certain nutrients, just like how some plants prefer different types of soil or sunlight. If your gut garden has a lot of microbes that love sugar, they might send messages to your brain asking for more sugar fertilizer. This could manifest as sugar cravings. Conversely, if you have microbes that don't do well with certain foods, they might send warning signals, causing you to develop an aversion to those foods. The feedback loop between diet and gut microbiota. Think of your diet and gut microbiota as dance partners. The way you eat influences which microbes thrive in your gut, and these microbes, in turn, can influence what foods you're drawn to. If you consistently eat a lot of processed foods, you might cultivate gut microbes that thrive on these foods. These microbes then encourage you to keep eating similarly, like a dance partner guiding you in a familiar routine. However, if you introduce new, healthier foods, you can slowly change the composition of your gut microbiota, potentially altering your food preferences over time. Understanding this relationship between gut microbiota and eating behavior can be empowering. It suggests that by consciously changing our diet, we might be able to influence our gut microbes and, consequently, our food preferences. This knowledge opens up exciting possibilities for improving our nutrition and overall health through the foods we choose to eat. Intestinal dysbiosis effects on taste preferences. Imagine your gut as a bustling city. Normally, it's filled with friendly, hard-working microbes. Let's call them the gut citizens, who keep everything running smoothly. But sometimes, troublemakers move in and upset the balance. This is called dysbiosis. When dysbiosis occurs, it's like having a bunch of party crashers take over your city. These rowdy newcomers might start influencing the city's food orders. Suddenly, the once healthy city that enjoyed salads and whole grains is now craving nothing but pizza and ice cream. Picture your gut microbes as tiny food critics. In a healthy gut, you've got a diverse panel of critics with refined tastes. But with dysbiosis, it's like replacing those critics with a group of college students who just discovered the dollar menu. Suddenly, everything tastes better with extra cheese and a side of fries. Gut microbiome role in nutrient sensing. Your gut microbiome is like a team of super-sensitive food detectives. They're constantly on the lookout for different nutrients passing through your digestive system. When these microbial detectives spot certain nutrients, they send signals to your brain. It's like they're calling headquarters to report, "Hey, we've got some fiber down here," or "Whoa, incoming sugar rush." These signals help your body understand what you're eating and how to process it. It's like having a personal nutritionist living in your gut, giving you real-time updates on your diet. Oral microbiota and taste bud interactions. Your mouth is home to its own community of microbes, and they're closer to your taste buds than you might think. Imagine your tongue as a busy food festival, with taste buds as the food stalls. The oral microbes are like enthusiastic festival goers, mingling around and sometimes influencing how the food stalls operate. Some of these microbial partygoers might enhance certain flavors, while others might dampen them. It's as if they're whispering recommendations or warnings to the taste buds. "Try the sweet stuff, it's amazing," or "Whoa, that's too sour, tone it down." Microbiome influence on gustatory signaling. Gustatory signaling is just a fancy way of saying how taste information gets from your tongue to your brain. Your microbiome can influence this process like a group of mischievous telephone operators. Imagine you're playing a game of telephone where you whisper a message from person to person. Your microbiome can act like some of the people in that chain, slightly altering the message as it passes through. So the message, "This apple is sweet," might become, "This apple is super sweet," by the time it reaches your brain. Gut microbes and taste receptor expression. Your body is constantly making new taste receptors, like a factory producing sensors. The gut microbes can act like quality control managers in this factory, influencing how many of each type of taste receptor is made. If your gut is dominated by microbes that love sugar, they might convince the factory to produce more sweet taste receptors. It's like they're saying, "More sweet sensors, please. We need to find all the sugar." Microbial biofilms and taste perception changes. Microbial biofilms are like tiny microbial cities that microbes build to live in. In your mouth, these biofilms can form on your tongue, near your taste buds. Imagine your tongue as a landscape with taste bud mountains. The microbial biofilms are like weather systems that move in and change the local conditions. Just as fog can make it hard to see a beautiful view, these biofilms can interfere with taste molecules reaching your taste buds. Think of a biofilm as a microbial block party on your tongue. Usually it's no problem. The taste molecules can still get through to the taste bud houses. But sometimes the party gets out of hand, and it's like there's a bouncer at every taste bud door, deciding which flavor guests get to come in. Your microbiome plays a surprisingly large role in how you experience taste. From influencing what foods you crave to actually changing how you perceive flavors, these tiny organisms have a big impact on your culinary life. So the next time you enjoy a delicious meal, remember to thank your microbial friends. They're the unsung heroes of your taste adventures. Potential health implications. Understanding the gut microbiota's role in taste perception could have significant implications for health and nutrition. Personalized nutrition strategies based on individual microbiome profiles. Potential interventions for taste disorders or loss of appetite. So, you know how we're always talking about how too much sugar can contribute to the obesity epidemic, right? Well, it turns out that some studies have found that going overboard on the sugary or fatty foods can actually mess with how our bodies respond to those flavors. Basically, if we eat too much sweet or fatty stuff, our bodies can start to get a bit meh about it. Like, they don't get as excited about sugar or fat as they used to. And it's not just about taste. Our brains can also start to chill out on their responses to these flavors, which can lead to some metabolic issues like obesity and diabetes. Future research directions. While the connection between gut microbiota and taste perception is becoming clearer, many questions remain unanswered. Now you might be thinking, so what if I crave sweets sometimes? Well, when our gut bacteria are out of balance, it can lead to constant cravings for unhealthy foods. This can increase the risk of health problems like obesity, type 2 diabetes, and even affect our mood. So what can you do? The good news is we can take control of our taste buds by nurturing a healthy gut microbiome. How? It's simpler than you think. Eat the rainbow. A diverse diet rich in fruits, vegetables, and whole grains provides the fuel your good bacteria need to thrive. Befriend fermented foods. Foods like yogurt, kimchi, and sauerkraut are teeming with beneficial bacteria that can help repopulate your gut. Consider a probiotic supplement. Probiotics are like reinforcements for your gut army, adding even more good bacteria to the mix. So the next time you reach for a snack, remember the incredible connection between your gut and your taste buds. By taking care of your gut health, you're not only improving your digestion, but also influencing your food choices and ultimately your overall well-being. The relationship between oral bacteria and taste is a two-way street. While our dietary choices influence the composition of our oral microbiome, these microbes, in turn, play a role in shaping our taste experiences, for better or worse. Maintaining good oral hygiene, a balanced diet, and overall health are essential for a harmonious relationship between our taste buds and the tiny but mighty microbes that call our mouths home. Remember, a happy gut leads to a happy tongue. By nurturing your gut health, you're not only improving your taste perception, but also supporting your overall well-being. So start exploring new flavors, nourishing your gut, and savoring the delightful world of taste. Take care of your gut, and enjoy the wonderful flavors life has to offer.